This is Robert Plank from plugindashboard.com. And if you use WordPress, which is a very easy tool to quickly put a bunch of content on a website somewhere, create a membership site, create a blog for search engine purposes, host a podcast, and more, there are a lot of steps and there are a lot of things that you can skip over or miss if you don't have some kind of either a step-by-step checklist so that you can go through the exact same steps when you set up a new site, or use a tool such as Plugin Dashboard where the checklist and the steps are already in there for you. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'll log in, I'm already logged in, to a site I just set up at membershipnewbie.com. We can look at the posts. All we've got is this hello world, there's nothing on it. It's brand new, we just put it on here. We also bought a plugin called Plugin Dashboard. This is a premium WordPress plugin that you install and allows you to quickly set up a bunch of plugins on your site at once, update them, and so on. What we can do to turn it on is go to the plugins screen in WordPress, and I've already uploaded it, so let me click on activate. And now that it's activated, I'll go to the dashboard. Now there's a lot of stuff to look at up front, but the guide here for you is that you check the check boxes for those plugins you want to add to your site. And that means if you want to add the WP Touch plugin, which allows you to show your site on a mobile site, if you want to add an SEO plugin, if you want to have Google XML sitemaps, if you want caching, if you want a calendar, if you want to put your site into maintenance mode, you just check the boxes for those plugins you want. That's basically Plugin Dashboard. But it gets even cooler because we could add a link back to our site at the bottom of all of our blog posts. Let me just show this link back to my site. And this way we don't have to even think about what plugin's going to do it or anything like that. We can just say, okay, well, I know I'm going to put this on the bottom of all my posts, so you plugin dashboard, you worry about putting the plugin on there and setting up all the settings for that. If you want to customize the site with, if you know what CSS is, or add some tracking code at the bottom of your sites, all kinds of stuff like that, just let the plugin handle it. So that's one thing. That's just to add the recommended plugins that you want in the site. If you have your own plugins, that's great. If you want to add in your own pieces of content, so I'll say that here's my first blog post, and I'll just set this. I'll set this to show up right away, and I'll have my next blog post, and I'll paste an article here, and I'll have this show up in a couple days from now, and then boom, there we go. Now that will show up. But then we can say, well, now one thing I forget to do sometimes is add access for my business partner or add in members or things like that. So I can say, well, let me also add my business partner Lance Tamashiro username and put in email address, and then have it generate the password on its own and shoot him an email for that. So what I'm doing, if I click on all these tabs I can see that in just one click, this plugin dashboard tool is going to install a signature plugin and put the text at the bottom of all my posts. It's going to install a header and footer plugin and put some custom tracking code at the bottom of my web pages. It's going to add plugins such as WP Touch, all-in-one SEO, Google Sitemaps, maintenance mode. Then later on we can add security or whatever, but let's skip that for now. Then it's going to add in some content on my blog. It'll add another administrator user, and I want to take out just another WordPress site. It's going to make sure everything's updated. It's going to delete all the sample stuff, and I'll change the theme of my site as well to a theme that I like. I'll set the link structure on there. I don't want to have a front page, but in one click, let's make about 20 changes to our site. Click on install and uninstall stuff, and it's saving signature plugin, saving the footer plugin, adding in our users, adding in our content, and then now it's just adding in these different plugins one at a time, and it's already done. Now we can go and check out the site that we just created, and look what happened here. Well, we've got the blog post here. If we go and log into our dashboard, now it says, well, we've got an SEO plugin on there. If we check out our other plugins, we've got a signature plugin, SEO pack, and out of curiosity, if I view the site, You see here, there's this link back to my site. Now this will appear at the bottom of all of our posts. We see there's this tracking code at the bottom of the site. So if we have Google Analytics or things like that, now that will appear at the bottom of all our sites. If I go back to this dashboard and I check out the users I have, well, now it's added another administrator user to my site. And if I look at things like the pages and the posts, it's cleaned out all the sample stuff that was clogging up WordPress, and it made sure that everything on the site is up to date. That WordPress itself was up to date, that the plugins are up to date. I mean, heck, it even changed the theme, the look and feel of the site that I wanted. So Plugin Dashboard is the tool to do all that. You check a box, check a box, check a box, and then it installs the plugins that you want. You want to add custom CSS, custom footers, custom signatures under your posts. If you want to add content on your blog, if you want to give extra users access, either as read-only users or as administrator users, make all kinds of tweaks to your site so you no longer have to keep a bunch of notes together or try to remember a checklist in your head. You just use Plugin Dashboard to do it all. The place to grab Plugin Dashboard is at plugindashboard.com. This makes setting up and customizing your brand new WordPress sites a breeze, so get it, plugindashboard.com. I'm Robert Plank from plugindashboard.com, and thank you.